Hello. For the assignment number 3 for the web development course, I made a sign up application form and I used React.js for frontend, Node.js and Express for the backend, and MongoDB for the database. I open my VS Code. In my VS Code, there is a sign up front folder. In the sign up front folder, there are some others folder inside that folder, which is node models, public, sign up backend, src for the front end, package.json. In this sign up application form, first I am explaining about the sign up backend. In the sign up backend folder, where all my files for the server is here, and inside this there are some other folders. For example, there are folders for models, where inside this folder there is sign up model.js, which I use this data type for the database and for the Mongoose. This data type which is here is used for the form, and whenever the user wants to add their data such as full name, username, email and the password, it has been already defined here for the Mongoose, and it is a schema for that form. Also, I put the date for the backend, and it is not visible in the front end form because this is just for the backend. I put it whenever the user wants to add their data. The person who works at the backend understand which time he did inside the database. Also, the database which I want to make in my MongoDB account is called my table. So also I put here in .env the database access link, which is my database link connection, and here also in the server.js, for the backend and for the server, I installed Express, Nodman, Mongoose, .env, course, body parser for the backend, and also I put port 4000 as a server port for this application. And in the routes, I made one folder called routes. Inside the folder there is routes.js, where the data connection between the front end and also with the server is somehow defined here, and also the form is here, and the route should be somehow there is a connection between front end, back end and also with the database. I used here the React.js for the front end, which is in the src folder. If we go to app.js x folder, we see that we imported React component from the React, and also we use these data schema here, as well as we at the end here we met the form and also the submit button form, and I use the bootstrap for the React for the front end. In the index.js also you can hear that I import React from React and also React down, and I use the get element ID function with the root. So now I am going to somehow check if my server is up and running and if the database is connected before I go to front end and check it on that. So I will go to terminal. In the terminal, in the sign up folder, in the sign up front folder, I have to go to my sign up back end. In the sign up backend folder where all my server files is there. So I write nodman start. Nodman start shows if my server is up and running and if the database is connected. So here we see that the server is functioning properly and the database is connected. In the index.js, in the upfront terminal, I'll check if the npm run start shows that my local host, which I put 3000 for that, is working and the front end is showing up. Here I put my name, for example, Alex, the username Alex 4 Alex 2010 at gmail.com, and the password is 124. So I submit the form, and now I have to go and check if in the MongoDB there is a database called my table, and in the my table database if there is Alex, which I have already put all the data for that. So I'll go to mongodb.com into my account. Here I write my email, then my password, I log in. So I have to go to the database in the CRUDDB, and inside the CRUDDB in the browser collection I have to find the database which was my table, and inside the my table there is two records or two document inside, which I click inside that. There is Karim Sahel at gmail.com. This one I inserted this document before that. I wanted to check if the database is connected. Also here Alex1234 Alex2010 at gmail.com. The password I just put 4 number, but this is encrypted password because I use bicrypted in my backend in my files. So whenever somebody put the password, it changed to this long password. I put the date, but in the sign up form there was not any date because I put it this one for the backend whenever a user login into the his sign up application form, the person at the backend who is responsible can see that user when logging in the database. So my my assignment was about this, and I hope it is be helpful. I learned a lot, and also I try to use this modern full stack technology in my simple farm. Thanks.